If you're like a lot of people out there, then your gym is probably closed or is likely going to close. And if it's not, then you might be scared to go to the gym because of all of this stuff that's going on right now. So there's a lot of people that are looking to build home gyms right now. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to build a home gym on a budget that specifically is space friendly. So if you don't have a garage, if you don't have a basement, if you're living, in an apartment or living in a small house and you need a space conscious gym build, that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So we'll talk about the 4 things that you need in your home gym, and we're going to keep it under $500. Now, one quick note that I do want to make before we actually get into the list itself is that the stock is rapidly changing online because of how many people are doing home gyms right now. So I was just looking at all this stuff beforehand. Some of it was in stock, then it was out of stock, then it was back in stock, and now some of it's only available through third-party sellers. And so it's just changing like crazy. So what I originally was going to do was I was trying to find specifically things that were in stock right now, but because of how quickly things and their availability are changing, that's going to be impossible to do. So instead, what I'm going to do is, if you look down in the description, I will have each item as a category, and then I'm going to have several links under each item. So that way, if one of them's out of stock, you can click on another one and you can kind of see which ones may or may not be in stock. So that way, that'll give you the best chance of catching some of these items in stock. Now, the first and most important thing for your home gym, if you are limited on space, is a set of adjustable dumbbells. Now, preferably you would be able to have a barbell, but if you're working out in your living room or in a spare bedroom and there's furniture in there and you really can't do barbell exercises if you can't have a rack to go with it. So we're going to focus around dumbbells, and I would recommend you get a set that is at least a 105-pound set. So that's total weight, keep that in mind. So that'll be 52.5 pounds per dumbbell. That's going to be good enough for most people. And then if you're stronger than the average person, then you can always go up to the 200-pound set, which would be 100 pounds per dumbbell. And the good thing about these types of adjustable dumbbells is they don't have some proprietary locking mechanism, which those types of dumbbells are good because it makes it really fast and easy to switch the weights versus something like this. But the benefit of this is you can add to this over time. So if you outgrew the 100-pound dumbbells, then you could just buy 25-pound plates with 1-inch hole spacing, and then you could just add that to this, and then you could go above 100 pounds per dumbbell. Now, the 2 downsides to dumbbells like this is, one, those spin locks kind of take a while to swap out, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, that's a minor price to pay to be able to lift weights still at home, in my opinion. But the other downside, which is the more important downside, is that little stob. That little stob, if you're going to be doing bench press and you have heavy weights, you put it on your knees and then you kick it up into position, then that's not comfortable. And there's really nothing you can do about it unless you go with a more expensive set of dumbbells. So if you're on a budget, this is going to be the option that you're going to need to go with. If you have more money available, you could do something like Iron Master adjustable dumbbells, which is what I have in the background here, or you could do Power Blocks. Both of those have the flat bottoms so that you can comfortably rest them on your knees, but the price shoots way, way up for something like that. So just keep that in mind. If you're on a budget, this is what we're going to go with. Now, the next most important thing to have for your home gym is going to be a bench. Now, if you're on a budget, I would recommend just going with a standard flat bench. I've seen several reviews on this one. The Amazon Basics bench seems to be probably the best for the money. It's only $54. It's in stock right now with Prime shipping, keeping in mind that there's going to be a little bit of a delay, most likely, because of everything going on right now. But not much to say there. Need a bench, get a bench. And then the next thing would be a set of resistance bands. Specifically these types of resistance bands. We're not looking at the loops, we're looking at the kinds with the clips on the end so that you can have the different attachments and do different kind of movements. So the one downside to working out at home with just dumbbells is it's kind of hard to hit some muscle. So it's hard to do lat stuff with just dumbbells. So that's what this will come into play for. You have a door anchor here with some individual handles, and then you can do lat pull downs and stuff like that, just anchoring these to the door. Now getting into the next most important item, pull-up bar. Now again, this is one of those items that's currently unavailable, but just earlier when I was looking at it, it was available. So I'm going to again include several links down in the description below. But with a pull-up bar, you're going to be able to hit your lats. You're going to be able to do pull-ups, obviously. And with the way this one is set up, you can do both wide grip pull-ups and you can do chins as shown in this picture right here. Not a whole lot to say about that one. The one thing that I do want to note is that you can get the type of pull-up bars where you screw it and it expands into the size of your door frame. Do not get one of those. That is not stable. That is not safe. What's going to happen is you're going to go to do a pull-up and then you're going to end up laying on your back on the ground. Do not get one of those types of pull-up bars. If where you are working out at is a place that you don't care about leaving something up permanently and you don't want to have something that you have to put up and take down every time in your doorway, you can get something like that and bolt it into the studs in the wall. But based on the context of the video, that's probably not you, so we'll move right along. So those are the four main things. So get you some dumbbells, a bench, resistance bands, and a pull-up bar. Those are the main four things that we're gonna want here. Then if you have money left over, I would recommend getting a bar. Now you can get a 47-inch curl bar. That'd be good. You could do stuff like barbell lunges and things like that, and you can do stuff like tricep extensions. You can do curls with that. You know, you could do shoulder presses. You could even do bench presses with this if you wanted to get a straight bar variation of it. So that's just something to keep in mind there. You could do squats with a bar like this, but if you don't have a rack or squat stands to go with it, then you're going to be limited on how much weight that you can do, because you're going to have to power clean it off the floor, then set it down on your shoulders, and then squat. So, I mean, you can do it, but it's not necessarily the best thing. So focus on these first four things. So normally you can find these dumbbells for 100 pounds for the set of 105, and then about 200 pounds for the 200 pound set. So assuming you're going with a 200 pound set, then that would be about 200 bucks. So 250. These people are trying to price gouge a little bit. Normally you can find these for 25 bucks, but a lot of these are going for around 50 right now. So yeah, 45 bucks right there. So we'll say 300 bucks for these three, plus a pull-up bar. You can get these anywhere from 25 to 50. So we'll say 50. So that'll be 350, and then get you a bar like this. It'll be 375. So we're even under the $400 mark. So what you could do is you could add in a set of squat stands, and these aren't necessarily as stable as a squat rack, but the benefit that you do have is that you could store these in your closet. So like I said, we're talking about limited space here, so you could pull these out into the middle of the room, do your workout, and then put the squat stands back in the closet. So this would allow you to be able to do your barbell stuff. So you could do squats, you could do bench press, and that kind of thing. So normally you can find these as cheap as $75 for this type of stand where they're not connected. It's just the two stands by themselves. But it looks like the cheapest that we're going to be able to find them right now is this set for $145. So that would put us a little bit over the $500 mark. But again, you can find these for cheaper. It's just a question of what is and isn't in stock right now. So that's kind of the thing that you have to keep in mind. And then one last note that I do want to mention here is that, like I said, the stock is just rapidly fluctuating, and most of the time, most of these things are staying sold out, or people are price gouging on them. So go check out your local sporting goods store if you're in a low risk area and can go out freely. That's going to be a pretty safe bet as far as getting some stuff available at a pretty good price. So check out your local sporting goods store. And then also, again, I'm going to have all these links down in the description below. I'll have a category for each item. So I'll have dumbbells with a few links. I'll have bench with a few links. And then I'll have all of that down in the description. So just to kind of wrap it up things here, my recommendation in terms of order of importance And this is again assuming that your main goal is just aesthetic related. So muscle growth, fat loss, that kind of thing. You're going to want a dumbbell set first and foremost. Now, if you do have powerlifting goals, which isn't a huge portion of my audience, swap out dumbbell set for barbell set. That way you can still get in your big 3 lifts, so your squat, bench, and your deadlift. But dumbbell set, bench press second. I would say actually pull-up bar would be the third most important. Resistance band set fourth. And then if you wanted to get the easy curl bar or a short straight bar, that would be fifth. And then you could get the squat stands if you wanted to be able to do your bench press, you want to be able to do squat, stuff like that. So those are the things that I would be looking at, and I'll include all of that stuff in the link below. And in the next video, we'll talk about my specific setup that I have right here, and that's for the type of person who is limited on space like we are, but doesn't mind spending a little bit more money. This is going to be stuff that we hold on to. This isn't just kind of to get us by for now. So if you want to see that, make sure to turn on notifications. I'm going to be putting out 2 videos a week right now. So I'm going to be probably putting one out on Wednesday and one on Saturday. And if you don't want to miss those, then definitely make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And we're going to be talking about this same type of thing over on the Treadaway Training Blogcast. So make sure to bookmark the blogcast as well. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate it, give it a thumbs down. If you want more content just like this, consider subscribing or check out one of the videos that will be up on the screen. You can also check us out on the Treadaway Training Blogcast. We're there every Sunday at 3 p.m. That's treadawaytraining.com/blog. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you tomorrow. Wash your hands.